Welcome to the Voices of QLF webinar series. I am your host, Alex Morris.
It really is a great honor and pleasure to introduce QLF alumni who join us from the Czech Republic, who join us from Barcelona, Catalonia, join us from LA, Lebanon, north of Beirut.
In planning for today, we felt the need to provide some context for why an organization called the Quebec Labrador Foundation is so deeply involved with the Czech Republic. When the political change began to sweep through Central and Eastern Europe in the late 80s, a number of US foundations committed to helping in the transition to democracy. The purpose was to promote civil society, and particularly through the unifying issue of environment.
Jessica and Brent came up with the idea of Landscape Stewardship Exchange. It was like opening my eyes because it was the beginning of really public discussion in our place.
Stewardship everywhere unlocks the potential for individuals to participate and contribute, but in Catalonia, it reflects a deep cultural commitment to social betterment as much as it does a desire for conservation.
Could you tell us about your many experiences with QLF, which began 30 years ago?
I learned a lot about how to manage an NGO. I started to know about land stewardship. I first started to be in contact with climate change issues, how to run conservation projects and campaigns.
It was really a great thing. It widened our knowledge about how to do conservation, how to spread the message.
We learned a lot about the power of networks. We learned about leadership. We learned about successful stewardship.
And actually, I still have what I call a magic box full of information and ideas. And from time to time, since 30 years, I've been able to develop some of these ideas in my professional career.
The legacy of this program. This is now way beyond the work we did through those exchanges.
Because of these trips that we did with QLF to New England in 2011 and 2014, with the ministers of environment of Catalonia. Through that, we were able to establish a stronger political commitment to incorporate innovative formulas for nature conservation.
We were the starting point for developing this land stewardship in Spain, but then we also were quite crucial to start in Europe.
Brent is like the father of land stewardship in Catalonia, maybe even better, the godfather.
I think for me, both Congresses was about this kind of QLF worldwide net. I felt really deeply connected with different people in different parts of the world.
When I joined this Congress of Barcelona, I saw what is QLF, the big family, all the efforts that are going towards having a better place for all of us.
We're just gonna introduce you to our family, to our two boys, Karim, Ashraf, and our Lucky. So he came to the center, he was like 3 days old. He came with 4 of his siblings, but they didn't survive. And he's lucky, he's the only one who survived. This is the impact of our work at the animal encounter. I like to go into challenging things, and hyenas was one of the most hated animal in the region.
And now I'd like to move on to the section on community-led conservation.
It's been quite a long journey to understand and to accept that nature conservation are not only the responsibility of government, but of citizens and civil society and the private sector.
It took longer for other organizations to learn that people were such an important part of the equation for success.
Working with people is so important, because nowadays it's not possible to impose a protected area without the agreement and the commitment of people who live there.
It's my pleasure to work with local people, to get their ideas, to learn from them, and as well to transfer some of our information to them.
Getting people to have conversations for conservation is what it makes land and nature stewardship grow so much.
What are your hopes for the future in a world of pandemics and changing climate? Where do you see hope? What keeps you going?
Being rooted gives you not only bigger self-confidence and orientation in this crazy world, but it also provides you better resilience. Part of the population is ready to change the behavior, and so I think this is the hope for the future.
Taking our personal responsibility for the place we live in
our actions, our local actions have global impact.
I think we also have the feeling that we need to be part of something larger, to be part of the solution in the world.
This COVID crisis is a chance for us to make the public more understand how important is the balance in the nature ecosystems.
During all this year, we've seen that people need to be in contact with nature, and I think this is a huge opportunity to remind everybody of the importance of protecting the environment.
To have a better planet for our children, because at the end, this is what it's all about. That's what we are fighting for.